on, everybody? I'm back here with another video. This is actually going to be a reviews video, so instead of actually doing an installation or showing you guys something cool, this is going to be something that a company out in China wanted me to review. So they are called LOYO, LOYO, and they specialize in off-road stuff. They've got wheel lights, rock lights, pod lights, light bars, everything like that. They have a lot of stuff for Jeeps. So we're gonna get right into this. This is a set of pod lights that I ordered. They actually got in contact with me about doing this. This wasn't something that I reached out to them, but I can see that there's no labeling on the box or anything. So I will link a thing to their site. It is packaged very well. Like, this was in a separate box that was basically the exact size of this box, and it was tape everywhere. It was shipped very well. So this took about a week to get here because it is from China, but as you can see, I mean, they took really good care in packaging this stuff up. So we're just going to start off with, you know, what's in the bags. So that is one of the mounts. You can see that they gave you the 2 Allen keys in order to be able to actually tighten everything down. These are like nice metal ones too, like they're not little cheap ones that you get from some other companies. Those are nice. Nice thick metal. This is cast down here on the bottom. So from my understanding, and I will correct myself if I'm wrong, this is your mounting point. So this would be what you would mount with, and then this actually goes on the side of the pod, which I'll get to in a second. Obviously, I've already opened this box just to make sure it was all in here. There's our other mounting piece. Here's our wire harness. Looks like we got 2 relays. Not sure what that's going on about. I know that these do have a DRL function on them as well, so maybe that's what the other relay is for, because I do see this yellow wire, and the connectors for the lights themselves have a yellow pigtail on it, so maybe that's what that's for, or it has a separate relay for each pod light here. I will say that those feel kind of weak. It's not bad though. I've definitely seen worse. I mean, it holds it in there pretty well. And then obviously we got our mounting points here. It's not bad. Okay. They don't give you much leeway to get away from the battery, I can say that. So obviously we've got our power and ground. They gave you some nice, pretty big ring terminals here. So let's keep going. Okay, I'm assuming this wire is going to be for our switch. Yes, so this is for the switch here. Wow, they give you a really long cable for the switch. Okay. Well, it's like a simple little on-off. So I would assume that one of these is for DRLs, one of them is for the pods themselves. Did give you some extra wire for the DRL connections. It looks like they only gave me, oh, okay, these are 2 separate wires, because I see the 2 ends of it now. So okay, and then these are all silicone based. I don't like that. I would personally be changing this. They don't fit over each other, and if they do, you have to like really struggle to get them on there. Okay, well, once I get it on there, it's not that bad. Either way, I don't like this style of the connectors here. I don't like having this rubber stuff on here. That's just personal preference. There's nothing wrong with it. I just don't personally like it. I'll probably just wrap them in some tape or something. So let's move on from that. Move on to the actual wires themselves for the lights. Okay, so coming off our main harness, it obviously splits off into 2. So one is going to one light. The other one is a very lengthy extension wire to go to the other one. That's not a big issue for me either, because my aux beam lights were like that too. So that's something that I'm used to. It is strange to see them have the triangular connectors. Most companies go for the regular squares, but it's not an issue. All right, let's move on to the main part. So they had two different styles for these, and I'm not going to rip this plastic off of here. Oh, maybe I should so you guys can see it. So these are pretty hefty. Like, I mean, they're pretty heavy. And I'm not sure if this is dual beam, so maybe that's what the other switch is for, or not, because there's an LED here and there's an LED here. And I'll have to check the lumens and everything for you guys, so I'll put all that down in the description. But these corner pieces are your DRLs. The sales rep I talked to said that they can be used as turn signals. So, and I did see a video of it and it looked really cool. So they have two different options for these. There's one where it doesn't have this extra LED in here, so it's not like an arrow, it's just the corner. And then there's this style with the arrow. Well, I like the arrow better because I've never seen them with the arrows on them. I've seen the corners before, but I've never seen the arrows. So obviously I had to go with something I haven't seen. So right here is where your mount is. So your mount will sit there, and then the bottom piece is actually what you're going to screw into your vehicle wherever you decide to put it, and then you can lock it in place with this bolt right here. These are much bigger than my aux beam ones. I'll have to do a comparison where I get one of these on and then I'll just wire it up, and then we'll do aux beam versus this, and then we'll have to see what we can come up with. All right, so let me wire this up real quick so we can test it out, and then I will come back. Okay, so let's get right into this. So I'm curious what these two buttons are for. So let's go ahead, and there's a red light and a green light. Okay, so they are dual beam. So only one side. Wow, that is really concentrated. I can feel the heat coming off of it. That's insane. Anyways, so as you can see, the other one side is not on. There we go. So one side is not on while the other one is. Let me turn that one off, see what the other one does. Okay, now they're both on. The DRLs are on all the way, so okay, that's kind of cool. So I guess what it is that way you don't want to blind everybody, you can use this one. If you do want to blind everybody, you can use that one. I guess it just depends on what you're using these for. So that tells me that they are supposed to be mounted straight up and down like that. So you can have that for like your low beam, or you can have that for like your high beam. Now you can turn them on both at the same time. It doesn't make a difference. So I'm sitting here hitting this button and nothing's happening. So that's why we have two relays, because there's two different functions going on here. So okay, let me mess around with the DRL, and I can do that real quick here. So typically the DRLs, you can just apply power to them and then they will work. So that's what I'm going to try real quick. Let me get one of their little baby wires out of here and hook it into our battery source over here. So they have this little yellow connection right here. You could easily just pop it in there and get right to using your lights. So this should be as simple as touch power and it should come on. Yes, that looks amazing. Let me strip this wire back real quick so I can try it a little bit better for you guys. Okay. So I'm just applying direct power to this wire, so they're not gonna blink. But oh yeah, dude, that is bright. I really like that. So as you can see here, we do have, like I said, God, that's blinding even just looking at it straight on. So they do have the extra LED here for the arrows. This is what I mean by, you know, I've never seen the ones with the arrows in the corners like that, so I thought that was really cool. But, oh yeah, that's ridiculous. And like I said, these things are built very nicely. I wonder if they're gonna hold up to like moisture and everything though, because the aux beam ones I have one of them with moisture in it and one of them not. So I wonder if they're like sealed like really well. Only way to find that out is gonna be install them. But overall, this doesn't look like a bad deal here. Now I will have to stop the footage real quick, and then I will go back and look up some of the details for you guys so I can tell you real quick. But just from that alone, I mean, this already seems like it's worth the money. But let me check on that, guys, real quick, and then I will come back and get back to talking about these, and we can go from there. Did a little bit of a review on this. So they are 9 to 32 volts. So that means, you know, you can have it on small stuff, you can have it on bigger stuff. Obviously, if you got a 12 volt system, you're good to go. So it says that the DRLs are 5 watts brightness, which is pretty bright for a DRL, especially the amber color. The low beam is 20 watts, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it is. I mean, most of my Starlight headliner stuff is between 16 and 60. So, I mean, you do the math there, it's pretty good. The high beam, which is both of them on at the same time, is 50. So I guess one of these lights is brighter than the other one, and that's how you get that instead of it being 40, which would make more sense. It says that it's got extra thick acrylic for the, you know, the faceplate. They do make covers and stuff for them. So if you wanted them to be specifically amber, you can put an amber cover on it. And I think they even had some black, like, protective covers, so like if you don't use it all the time, you know, you can put the covers on it, similar to the Hella lights or the whatever those smiley ones were. I don't remember what they were, but all in all, this thing looks great. The only way that I'm going to be able to find out if it's actually really good is to go out and test it. So I will have a video coming up showing the installation of these. You'll be able to use the process for just about any other light like this. So you can keep your eyes out for that. And obviously we'll do a testing at the end of the video. But for now, LOYO lights, LOYO. Like I said, I'll put a link down in the description for them. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to see just how good these things are or how bad they are, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and lock it in so that way you don't miss a minute here on the Boss LEDs channel. Thank you guys for watching.